And we are live once again. Good evening, folks. Mobile Giza here, and welcome to Friday Night Tech Talk. If you're new here, we do this every week at 8 p.m. Eastern from the U.S. And we've got a few people from around the U.S. Right now, we've got Brian, I think from New York. I think Brian is in New York. And we've got Annette in here from California. And let's see, Brian was the first one in, finally Friday, and Annette, I'm very flattered, her first time being early. So I said hi to them both, and Annette said early also, and I said, yes, I noticed, very flattered. And Ted is in here on time too. Look at this.
Good.
What's up, dude?
Feel like we were, we all got the memo. We had to be early for some giveaway you were doing. That's why we came early, George.
The giveaway.
What's the giveaway?
Yeah, Brian said, yeah, I was right about New York. Okay, good. I was looking at a bunch of videos from New York. You know, I realized that I've been out of Jersey. Now, of course, the part of Jersey I was raised in is half a mile from Manhattan. So I spent a lot of time in New York, a lot of my working life in New York. But I realized today it's like some of the stuff that I grew up with in New York is fading because I've been out of there for 33 years, 34 years, a while. So, and I'm sure it's like a different New York in a lot of places for me. Brian says, what up, Ted? Obviously, people are glad you're here. As always, I'm always glad you're here. Even though you abuse the old guy once in a while. That's what we're here. That's what we're here for, right? That's what old guys are for.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody else? Nobody. And that's not. And that's. Eleanor's not here yet. I think she'll be in here, but she had to go to the doctor today for her normal checkup. And I think she was on the phone when I came down to start working on this stuff. So I guess she'll be in here later, hopefully. And so anything new and exciting in your world this week, Ted?
It's currently Juneteenth.
Oh, okay.
Juneteenth weekend.
Didn't even realize that. Okay, that's right. You are in Texas, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Brian, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Brian. As always, you're very faithful. He said, Pixel Fold Fund. Well, I've got a little surprise coming tomorrow.
Ooh.
Not the fold, that's for sure. I don't have Pixel Fold. When I said a little surprise, the key word there being little. So you'll see it over the weekend. Okay, so anybody who's new here, I have the show notes on my webpage every week. So let me share that screen and show you where you can find the show notes for tonight's show.
Dave Chappelle's also coming to town. Oh.
Okay, and so if you go to mobilegiza.wordpress.com, let me get some of my brand stuff out of the way for a second. Okay, go to mobilegiza.wordpress.com. You click on today's date, that'll pull up just tonight's show notes. So while we're here, I'll give you a little preview of what we're going to have tonight. Oh, and as Jaime Rivera often says, for the big, and he's like, I'm paraphrasing, but like big announcements, he says non-existent. Yeah, there are no big announcements this week. So I just kind of went with, I told you, I always try to give you the big stuff, and I try to give you some interesting stories that maybe you haven't seen from somewhere else. So I went with all interesting stories tonight. So the first one, Pixel Watch upgrading a worthy help feature. So that's on Tech Radar. That'll be our first story, a very short little story. And then sticking with Pixel, still Pixel Buds savings for Father's Day. So if you're looking to save some money on Pixel Buds for Father's Day, this would be the weekend to do it, and you can still get in on it right now. So we'll go over that story. And then This one's an interesting story. A former Samsung executive steals factory blueprints, and he got caught and he got arrested. And this was a guy who was there a long time. So that's a very interesting story.
Bunch of gangsters over in Samsung. All
Well,
the
you know that's this. Samsung always has executives going to jail. Now this is a former executive, but still, it's like right.
he wanted to join the party. He felt
Yeah, it's
left
right
out.
up Samsung's alley because the president goes to jail, the CEOs go to jail.
He's
until
like, let
some
me talk to see
politician-
the old guys one last time.
yeah, until some politician gets paid enough money, then they get out of jail. That's the way it's been with Samsung for years. So that should be an interesting story. And then from Phone Arena, iPhone 15 to be more expensive. Seems like everybody is agreeing the iPhone 15 is going to go up. Now, it did go up in other places, but it hasn't gone up in the United States for a few years. So everybody's saying it's going up this time.
Yeah, because Apple, obviously, they're going to be losing revenue from the MFI, Made for iPhone program, because they're switching to USB. So Apple's going to have to get that money back somehow, guys.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So just wanted to get that story out there. Now, this one I found interesting. I haven't seen this anyplace else. I called it a practical AI use for clothes buying consumers. So they have this AI that'll show you the clothes you're shopping for in a bunch of stores and using Google AI with different models. So I thought that's an interesting story. So to me, here's a real good use for AI for the everyday person. And the last story is going to be Twitter. Elon is smart, but I guess he can't keep track of everything. Well, Twitter's Boulder office is about to get evicted for non-payment. I just thought that was kind of a funny story. So those are the stories we'll be going over tonight. And let me get back to my.
Ooh, that's a nice
branding.
watch face.
Which one? Oh, this one here?
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that the one I happen to have the Pixel Watch one today. The one I have today is this one, but I just like.
No, you don't need to break your wish, George. It's
Yeah,
okay.
so let me pop it off. That's
Ooh.
my watch face for the Pixel. And of course, if you guys saw that I got the Tick watch the other day, so rather than changing phones every 3 days because based on my watches now, it'll be every 4
I think
days.
the Tech Radar, they're talking about the June Pixel drop.
Yeah. And I
Yes.
keep looking for it, and I don't have mine yet.
Neither do I. You're not
Oh, you
alone.
don't
My
either?
phone doesn't
Okay.
have it. My
And it's
phone
not
doesn't
just
have it.
me. Yeah, mine's on T-Mobile, and usually I get it pretty soon when they say the drop is there, but 2 days have gone by, and so far I checked again tonight when I got home from work. Not there yet. So just wanted to say I have not got mine yet. Google, can you send it along, please? Let me go back to the comments, see if there's anything.
Two already, Google. Geez.
Okay, so do you want to do the first story? Or you want me to do it about the watch?
Oh, that was the first story?
Yeah, that one. Would
Yeah,
you
I'll
say
do
you
the
or
first
me?
I'll do the first story.
Okay, all right. Click on it. There it is. Whenever you're ready.
Your Google Pixel Watch got a longer-awaited health feature. What is that again? Special O2? What's that? SPO2.
SPO2. That's kind of a big deal for the Pixel.
What does the SP stands for?
I have no idea. I just know it's a blood monitoring thing, but I have no idea what the SP stands for.
Hey Google, what does the SP and SPO2 stand for?
I don't
Google.
know, but I found these results on search.
Oh boy, stumped her again, huh?
Stands. Okay. It means peripheral capillary oxygen levels. Okay, so it doesn't really. I don't know.
Okay.
All right, scrolling down. Oh, that is
Okay.
such a nice
All right,
looking,
let me drop this into read if you get rid of some of these ads. Okay.
beautiful cloud. Updated June 13th. It's official. Google has announced the arrival. Oh, okay. They announced it.
Yeah.
We just have to wait for it to drop. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Your Google Pixel Watch just got a big update that shows your blood oxygen levels, SpO2, which means it's now a better health tracker and a rival to the world's best smartwatches.
Right, because this is on the Apple Watch. This is on my Galaxy Watch. So yeah,
It's on my Fitbit Charge
exactly.
3.
Yep.
I see Charge 4. Earlier today, the Pixel Watch update was spotted by a Reddit user, which suggested that a wider rollout was en route. Is Google still doing the staggered rollouts for updates?
I guess they still are, as I can tell.
And sure enough, Google's watch has finally got a feature that many of its smartwatch rivals already offer, albeit in a different form. The Reddit user earlier today was able to access what was then an unofficial tool in the Fitbit Today app by tapping on a dedicated oxygen saturation option hidden in the bottom of the menu. They got a readout of the SpO2 reading from the last sleep session and info on how to interpret the data. This shows how differently Pixel Watch's SpO2 feature works compared to rivals like the Apple Watch 8. Rather than relying on manual readings with Google's system works in the background while you're sleeping. SpO2 monitoring is a smartwatch feature that uses sensors to detect your blood oxygen saturation. By shining red and infrared light into your skin and then detecting how long it takes for the light to travel back to the watch. The sensor can determine your blood's oxygen levels. Ingenious.
Pretty slick, I think, yeah.
What will they think of next? Anything above 95% is normal, while people who have conditions like chronic lung disease, sleep apnea, should expect readings of 90% or above. If your reading unexpectedly dips below 95%, you should contact your doctor, as it could be a sign of a health condition. Alongside the SpO2 update, the Pixel Watch has also been given some other new features. These include ability to send you a notification if your heart rate is unusually low. Whoa, okay. Yeah, I thought it already came with that. Plus auto pausing.
No, that's brand new. I guarantee you that.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Fitbit's had those for a while. Plus auto pausing workouts that will stop its tracking if you need to take a quick breather.
Now, see, the auto pausing already works. If I'm on a bike ride, that works on all my watches. So this is new for other workouts, but that's not new for bicycle workouts.
Okay. So the reason why this is taking so long is because typically this kind of monitoring feature would arrive via a hardware change rather than a software, but the Pixel Watch is a special case. The reason we didn't need to wait for a Pixel Watch 2 to add SpO2 monitoring is because the current model has all the necessary monitors. It just doesn't use all of them at the moment. It isn't clear why Google waited so long to turn on the feature, but it's most likely related to the health tech regulations in certain regions. It could also be that while Google's gadgets has the appropriate hardware, Google needed time to calibrate it using software to make it more accurate enough to use. Given how serious managing people's health is, regulators and Google wanted to be certain that the Pixel Watch's SpO2 monitoring is as robust and reliable as possible before releasing it to the public. Whatever the reason for the feature not being turned on, the arrival of the SpO2 monitoring alongside other features are a big boon for Pixel Watch owners, even if they've had to wait a while to get them.
I agree.
Okay.
So interesting. So it is kind of a big deal since so many others already had it. So I think it's very cool that it's interesting that they had it there all along and they just released it as a feature. So, and Cranberry's in here. Glad to have you here, brother.
Hey, Cranberry. Yeah, we did make it to Friday.
Yep. See, he said,
but Brian wants to know, will it destroy your battery life? You have to have a battery life worth destroying.
I don't think so.
Be
my guess is it probably won't affect your battery life much at all. Now, one thing about reading that article, I mean, you guys know me. I'm pretty much an exercise fanatic. I'm always healthy as all get. As a matter of fact, the last month I had some people would call yearly checkup. Eleanor makes me go and get these checkups every once in a while. This has been my 2.5 years since I had a checkup. And of course, everything came back perfect like it always does. The reason I'm mentioning that is it looks like that SpO2 will be detected in your sleep cycle. I don't use my watches for my sleep cycle because I'm so healthy that I never, ever have to worry about it. So I'm probably never going to use that if you have to have your watch on when you sleep, because I don't have any reason to have my watch on when I'm asleep. Go ahead.
And you did it all without eating one apple. Ain't that right, George?
I rarely eat it. Elmer eats a lot of apples. She has a particular kind of apple that she loves. I forget the name of it.
Granny Smith?
No, Elmer. Type in
Gala?
the name of that apple that you love
Fuji?
so much, and it's hard to get around here sometimes.
Golden?
But she just
Golden
got
something.
some last week, and she found some in where was it? Food City, I believe.
Oh, pie. I never heard about that one.
OPAL. Oh, no,
Opal.
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 Yeah.
Opal
She
apple.
loves those apples, and they didn't have them in Walmart for a while, and she thought they'd be out of season. And we were in Food City last week, and bam, there they were. She was you wouldn't have believed how happy she was. I felt so good for her, So she's the one that eats apples, not me.
Okay, I'm glad you were able to get a nice bushel of apples, of your favorite apples, Eleanor.
She got 2 bags. Anyway, so let's see, anything else new?
But on the SpO2 thing, back to Brian's point,
yeah, I don't think it's going to affect battery life. You think so?
It only works at night, right? That's what the article said.
Yeah. So
But then you have to sleep with the watch. Do you sleep with your watches, your smart watches?
Never. Like I said, as healthy as I am, I don't ever see a reason to. I never have to worry about my heart. My heart is probably the best part of my entire body because.
What about your lungs, George? Your lungs.
I smoked for 56 years and I still had destroyed. I remember back in '89 when I went to work in New York for Payne Weber. Well, they had this nurse that gave you this big physical before you started work. And at that time, Eleanor can tell you, I was smoking probably 3 packs of cigarettes a day. So we're talking 60 cigarettes a day.
You rarely ever see a guy that, is disciplined to just smoke the one pack a day.
That's what everybody has been telling me.
I never hear anyone that says, I just smoke a pack a day.
But the weird thing was, of course, like any smoker of smoking all those years, my lungs were black. But I remember the nurse looking at me and saying, "You smoke, don't you?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "How much?" I said, "About 3 packs a day." She says, "You had the strongest lungs I have ever seen on a smoker." Well, that's because at that point I had been exercising for something like 15 or 16 years all the time, So since I stopped smoking cigarettes in 2013, the end of 2013, and now I smoke this, which I'll probably never stop because I need the nicotine. So my lungs are stronger than ever, and of course my sense of smell got better immediately. But okay. And Eleanor said, "Okay, now back to the phones."
But I actually got my physical done too recently.
Okay.
It was all good, except they want me to come back because they're worried about my cholesterol.
Okay.
My total is just a little bit high. It's in the 200 mark when they want it to be like under 190.
Something that causes a lot of your cholesterol to go up?
I intermittent fast. Where I stay, they give out free cookies. It's like famous Amos or grandma cookies. So that could be the culprit.
Could be, because I worked with a Chinese guy at the Blue Cross, and he was really, really healthy, but he ate shrimp like it was going out of style, and the doctor made him cut down on his shrimp because it was affecting his cholesterol.
But I know those are two different things, though. Shrimp is dietary cholesterol. It doesn't really affect total cholesterol in your blood.
Well, I just gone by what he told me.
Let's see, Eleanor Mao. I think Eleanor has a pearl of wisdom in the comment. What she's saying.
It could be hereditary because I have it and I can't take any of the medicines for it because they cause joint pain and it was passed down from my dad, and that's very true. Yeah, Elna has a little high cholesterol, and there's no reason she has it other than the fact that she got it from her dad. You know?
Ah. Well, in that case, let me just be glad mine's not too high.
Yeah, exactly.
On to the next story. What's going to
Okay,
be about
all
the
right.
airport?
I will bring it down here, and this one's on me. Okay, this is another Pixel story, but not watched this time. This time we're going, this was on Cord Cutters News. And this is a deal alert. And I'm not sure how long these are going to be on sale. It may be off sale as of Father's Day. So just wanted to let you guys know.
Should I get ready to start the buying?
And both of these buds, Mike had the A series. I have the Pixel Buds Pro, and they are absolutely my favorite Pixel Buds that I own. Right now, I'm wearing the original Pixel Buds, but not the Pro. The Pro I take on every bicycle ride. So, deal alert, Google Pixel Buds Pro and A series are on sale for Father's Day. So I guess at least through Sunday, we should be good to go. Let me go into review. And these prices are really good prices for these.
We'll see.
This is by Luke Boma, and this was from a few days ago. Do you want some really good wireless earbuds but don't want to pay an arm and a leg for them? Right now, Google's Pixel Buds Pro and Pixel Buds A series are on sale for their lowest price of 2023, just in time for Father's Day. You can get the Pixel Pro Buds wireless earbuds with noise canceling for just $159.99, and I highly, highly recommend them. Those are my favorites. Down from the typical $199.99. Or you can get the Google Pixel Buds A series, some of the most comfortable earbuds I have ever worn, for just $79. And Mike also said that he loves how comfortable they are. This is the lowest price the A series has been in 2023. Then he's got his review. Here's how Google describes the Pixel A series buds. Have custom designed 12 millimeter dynamic speaker drivers that deliver rich, high quality audio. Flush to ear design. Yeah, Michael loved the way they fit. 3 ear tip sizes. Stabilizer arc. The wireless earbuds stay in place and create a gentle seal for amazing sound. Get up to 5 hours of listening time or 2.5 hours of talk time with a single charge, or listen for up to 24 hours with the charging case. Play music, get directions, check the weather, or have notifications read to you just by using your voice. And occasionally I will do that when I'm writing. It doesn't always work, but if I say very loud, the hey, you know, G word, it will answer me and give me the weather or the temperature, whatever I'm asking for. Pair the Pixel Buds A series with your Pixel or any Android device in just one tap, or quickly and easily connect to iOS or any other Bluetooth. Yes, the Pixel Buds, both these and the Pros, are very easy to connect and pair. The wireless earbuds are water resistant, so rainy days and sweaty workouts are no problem. Adaptive sound adjusts the volume as you move between quiet and noisy environments, so you don't have to. And these are the Pixel Buds Pro. These are the ones I have and that I use on all my bicycle rides. Pixel Buds Pro use active noise canceling, which the A's do not have, with silent seal to adapt your ear and help block outside sounds, creating a quiet foundation so your music can shine. Now, Ted can tell you, and I think Ted disapproves of the fact, I tend to wear the right earbud and not the left. And part of that is my left, no matter what buds I wear, my left ear, different size, I guess, doesn't ever hold buds quite as good as my right ears. So I tend to use the one in my right ear when I'm riding. So just wanted to get that out before Ted chastises me again.
I thought you wore it I thought you left the right open because, no, at the left, you leave it in your left ear?
I leave it in my right ear. I leave my
I thought that was because, in case someone passes you by, do they not say on your left?
That's true too. They almost anybody with common sense on a bicycle is going to pass you on your left, and they will almost always tell you on your left. So that
okay, I thought that was the reason. Okay.
And probably the bigger reason is because I spent half my working life in New York City. I am not walking around New York City without hearing who's around me. That's just me. Let me tell you the best thing about working in Manhattan. When you walk around Manhattan, there is glass everywhere, which means you can always see what the person behind you is doing. That is the most comfortable feeling in the world when you're in New York City. Trust me. Okay, back to the Pixel Buds.
It's not cheaper than the Link Buds, though.
Say it again.
It's not cheaper than the Link Buds link I shared with you.
No, it's not cheaper. I just, to me, they're the best buds I've ever had in my life. That's true. If the size of the earbud tips does not match the size of your ear canals, or the headset is not worn properly in your ears, you may not obtain the correct sound qualities or call performance. And the Pixel Buds Pro does come with software that allows you to adjust them supposedly very, very properly in your ear. Change the earbud tips to the ones that fit more snugly in your ear. Note if okay, I already read that. Change the earbud to ones that fit more snugly. Okay. With custom 11mm speaker drivers and volume EQ, the earbuds sound amazing at any volume. I agree. The battery keeps up with your life with up to 11 hours of listening time or up to 31 hours of charging case, and you can charge them wisely with Pixel Stand or other QI certified charge. Oh, by the way, I use the same buds every day that I work, because when I'm working, I'm often sitting in the back of a van and I'm always watching and or listening to a video of some kind, and they last tremendously. Transparency mode helps you hear outside sounds in real time, so you can be more aware of your surroundings. That's true. Like when crossing the street. Ask Google for directions, respond to a text, control your music hands-free. You know, I never control my music hands-free, but I'm always watching videos or listening to videos. Make crystal clear calls, even in loud places, thanks to beam-forming mics, a voice accelerator, and wind-blocking mesh covers. Easily switch between compatible devices, so you can go from listening to music on your phone to taking a call on your laptop. So anyway, just wanted to let you know I highly recommend the Pixel Buds Pro, and I believe Mike would highly recommend the A series. So
I think the Google store is also having a deal. It's a trading deal for the iPhone 11. If you trade in if you trade in an iPhone 11, it'll bring down the cost of a Pixel 7 Pro to $244.
Cool. And I did go and check last night when I put the story up that this sale is still there, and it is still there. So I want to make sure you guys were aware.
So Father's Day sales are abound.
Exactly.
Yes. Now let me read the criminal story.
Wait. Let me go back to the comments. Let's see. Some up here in Yonkers. Greenberg says, oh, he's in Yonkers. Okay. Have not tried the Pixel Buds. Not impressed with any buds tried so far. We'll go see about those buds. Approved by Joe. Yes, they are very much approved by me. The regular ones that I'm wearing now, the Buds 2 is what I'm wearing here. And the Buds Pro 2 are the ones that are my absolute favorites. But as you can tell, I love the Buds Pro 2 because I wear these every single week when we're broadcasting. So, and before I got the Pixel Buds Pro, these were my favorites up to that point. So yes, highly recommended by me. All right, back to clicking on the wrong stuff. Back to sharing screen. Okay. And on to the next story. Ted, this one's for you. This is Samsung. This was on former Samsung executive steals factory blueprints. This is a fascinating story to me. This is on Android Authority. All right, whenever you're ready.
Muy bien.
Okay.
All right. Former Samsung exec allegedly stole blueprints to build a factory a mile away.
Yeah, just a mile from where the current was.
The stolen information is said to be worth $233 million.
Yep.
Did I read that? It sounds like he wanted to steal. He saw the blueprints to build his own factory a mile away from them.
Yes, that's exactly what he was going to do. So you'll see that in the story. And there's some other people involved too, but he was the main guy.
All right. So let's skip the TLDR. Samsung has had its hand. Actually, this story is from Robert Triggs. Samsung has had its hands full with guarding company secrets as of late. Earlier this year, it was discovered that employees were giving away source code information to ChatGPT. Whoa, I didn't hear about that.
I didn't know about that either.
Now the corporation is dealing with a new problem that involves semiconductor blueprints and a former exec. An unnamed former Samsung exec was arrested last month and charged with stealing trade secrets, according to Gizmodo. Those secrets are said to be the basic engineering data and cleanroom designs from 2018 to 2019. The secrets that the defendants stole are estimated to be worth $233 million. The unidentified 65-year-old was reportedly planning to use the information to build his own rival semiconductor factory in Xi'an, China. Oh,
yeah.
Wait, Samsung's factory is in China?
Well, I'm sure that they probably have more than one. I wouldn't be surprised if they had one in India too.
I thought they were working to. Yeah, I thought they and Apple were working to move to India.
Yeah, you would think.
Anyway, the former executive reportedly worked at Samsung for 18 years. He also worked for a decade at another South Korean chip plant, SK Hynix. According to the prosecutors, he is accused of poaching over 200 employees from these companies during this time. You can be charged for that?
Well, no, I don't think he got charged for that, but he certainly.
They just accused him
like raiding for getting employees, obviously.
He also reportedly instructed his employees to obtain and use Samsung's semiconductor design data and other trade secrets, according to Yonhap News Agency. The plan ultimately failed after a Taiwanese company broke its promise to invest $8 trillion into the project. If the defendant had succeeded, the factory would have built only a mile away from Samsung's own factory in Xi'an. But it looks like the former executive isn't the only one in trouble. There are 6 others, including a contractor and 5 employees, who also received charges relating to the former executive's plan.
This guy was leading a whole cabal here.
Yeah. You know what? I say let him cook. Let him cook.
I agree.
We need more players in the semiconductor space now more than ever.
But since Samsung knows he got caught, you can bet they're going to make sure he stays behind bars. Very interesting story, I thought.
But he poached 200 employees. Wow.
Between 2 different companies, don't forget. But this guy was a pretty big player, I would think.
Almost feels like it was personal.
And no, I think my impression is over the years that there's probably a lot of corruption at the top in South Korean big shot companies like Samsung. Yeah, it's amazing to me that you don't hear the stuff about LG though. You just hear it about Samsung. Okay, nothing new in the comments. So I'm going to go on to the next story, and I'll take this one. And this is going to be
the last crazy story I heard LG was involved with was that got them in trouble with the South Korean government was it was actually still with Samsung.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was found out that Samsung and LG had a quiet agreement to not take each other's employees.
Oh, way, yeah. Well,
one employee was working with Samsung, LG wouldn't interview him or approach him at all.
Yeah, that would be pretty. Well, this is the kind of stuff they do, but I hadn't heard about that.
But that's the only salacious thing I heard LG did in a while.
Yeah, yes. Samsung seems to be much more,
and it still involves Samsung, believe it or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they seem to. If there's corruption involved, if there's presidents or politicians being paid off, usually Samsung is involved in it, being the biggest company. So makes sense. All right, iPhone 15 to be more expensive. So on Phone Arena, Wall Street analyst sees Apple raising iPhone 15 prices this year. And this was by Alan Friedman. This was published 6 days ago. So into reader view. Apple hasn't raised the price of the iPhone 15 in the US since 2017. So it's been a while, 6 years. Wow. And you know what that means. Weekly financial publication Barron's was able to obtain a note written by Wedbush analyst Dan Ives, and the analyst says that Apple will raise prices on the upcoming iPhone 15 line. Pardon me. Ives even appeared on CNBC and mentioned that he sees ASPs increasing. The alphabet soup stands for average selling prices. And with Ives expecting a rise, it means that he is forecasting a price hike for this September's new iPhone models, although he didn't specifically mention U.S. prices. When it comes to forecasting iPhone price hikes, Ives has had a good track record. He correctly called for Apple to raise iPhone 14 prices internationally, which is what did happen. But in the States and in China, prices were static. Some of the overseas adjustments were necessary because of currency fluctuations last year, which resulted in a stronger dollar. When the dollar is strong, it means overseas sales convert into lower amounts of greenbacks, which led Apple to raise iPhone prices in some countries. Makes perfect sense. Ives also is bullish about Apple's second largest business segment, services. When it comes to this business, he said Apple is playing chess. Others are playing checkers. Wow. He sees Apple's valuation rising, get this, from the current 2.85 trillion, that's current. He sees it coming to 3.85 trillion to 4 trillion in the next year and a half.
How?
Well, I guess price hikes is going to be part of it, but
this is on the services. How's the service? Are more people going to be paying for Apple subscriptions?
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Anyway, he's seeing a huge jump up there in the next year, year and a half to 2 years. So most analyst notes for see Apple jacking up iPhone 15 prices, especially the premium Pro models, by as much as $200. I hope not.
I guess that means we're not in a recession then if Apple is comfortable to raise prices.
I don't think Apple stops raising prices because we're in a recession. I don't think Apple's going to pay any attention to that. Apple feels like people are going to pay whatever they have to pay for Apple products. And I think they're generally right. At least I don't think they're wrong. The iPhone 14 is priced at $799 and up. The iPhone 14 Plus will cost you $899 and more. The iPhone 14 Pro starts at $999, and the 14 Pro Max, which is what I have right here, will run you $1,099 and up. Ives believes that there are 250 million iPhone units that have not been upgraded over the last 4 years. That's a lot. And that could produce a windfall for Apple should many of them replace their handsets this year. Yeah, and people are not going to, they're going to pay that if they haven't upgraded in 3 years or more, or 4 years. You can bet they'll pay it. Now, the Wall Street analyst predicts that Apple will ship 235 million to 240 million units of the iPhone 15 this year. Even if Apple were to raise iPhone 15 prices by an average of 100, that would be an additional 23.5 billion in revenue for Apple.
So we're talking about the regular iPhones, right? They're not going to touch the price of the Pros, like so.
No. This is saying they're going to raise the Pros too. This is saying they're going to raise them across the board. So for me, if they raise the Pro Max $100, yeah, I'll probably go for it. $200, then I got to think about it. But I wish they didn't at all. But if they haven't raised it here in the U.S. in 6 years, I can't complain. So that's just how it is. It's the world we live in. So be ready for it, folks. If you're interested in the iPhone 15s, because it's coming. Let's see if we have anything new in the comments. No, nothing new in the comments. Okay. Anything you have to say, or any mention them you want to say anything about any of the stories, just feel free to put in the comment, folks, and we'll discuss it. So, back to the next story. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. How did I get here? Okay. Forgot to get rid of that story. All right. Share screen. There we go. Well, I did something wrong. I did that wrong. Let me try again.
You just George just showed the multiverse there.
Yes, I did. and without any help from Doctor Strange. Okay. There we go. Okay. So the next story. This is an interesting story. You going to take it, Ted?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. It's a very interesting story.
So Google is using AI to show how clothes look on real people before you buy. The new virtual try-on feature uses generative AI to outfit models with different body types in the same article of clothing. This is by Lisa Edicio.
Well, if you're going to use Italian pronunciation, that would be Edicico, because you put an H sound between the C and the I. This is only because I'm raised in Jersey, and all my closest friends as a kid were all Italian.
Edicico.
Yep.
Google is using AI in its online shopping tools to show how clothing from online retailers will fit different body types, the company said Wednesday. It's another move in Google's push to incorporate generative AI that can create content based on training data when prompted across its range of products and online services. The new Google feature, which launches today with brands like Anthropologie, Everlane, H&M, and Loft, uses AI to generate an image of the article of clothing on a real model with the goal of being able to show how the clothing sizes looks on actual people. It's the latest effort by major internet companies and retailers, including Amazon and Walmart, to upgrade their home shopping and virtual try-on experience. While Google only needs one image of an article of clothing from a retailer's website to create an AI-crafted representation of that item, Google's technology can show how the material would drape, fold, cling, stretch, form wrinkles, and shadows. Lillian Recon, Google's Senior Director of Consumer Shopping Product, wrote in a company blog post, Google will support women's tops at launch with this feature, but says it plans to expand to other categories as well. In a demonstration, multiple models with different body types were also shown for each size options. The company said it selected models with different skin tones and whose clothing sizes range from double extra small to quadruple extra large, otherwise known as XXXX large. In addition to browsing through sizes, you'll also be able to find similar products in different prices, colors, and patterns. Tech and retail giants in the past have attempted to make the process of trying on clothes easier. Last year, Walmart announced a feature that's very similar to Google's called Choose My Model. It lets users pick among 50 models of different heights, sizes, and body shapes, and skin tones to see how clothing would look. Amazon also announced a virtual try-on feature for shoes last year. I kind of like Walmart's idea. Sounds more attractive to me.
Yeah, but I think this Google sounds like you can get to plug in more models, and I think Walmart kind of restricts you that way. That's my impression.
Let's see, Mike. But Google's announcement reflects the broader shift from tech giants to embrace generative AI and infuse it into their important products. Google's I/O Developers Conference is where the company typically provides updates on new products and technologies, which was all about AI. In fact, the company mentioned the word AI more than 140 times.
Yeah, well, they were on the AI for at least the first 45 minutes, so it made sense. Yeah.
Microsoft has also made the technology a major focus in products like Bing and Windows. Amazon is also reportedly working on a new ChatGPT search for its sprawling store, according to Bloomberg. Yep. And editors note CNET is using an AI engine to help create some stories.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
more.
wonder if AI wrote this or she wrote it all, or she wrote half and AI wrote half. Interesting.
Yeah, let's see. Let's click on that link.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. How we will use artificial intelligence at CNET with
Bonus story, guys.
With proper guardrails, new tools can assist us in producing expert, unique, and helpful advice. Who wrote this? I guess I would think the AMI must have written this because there's no name attached to it. CNET has built our expertise through more than 25 years of testing and assessing new technology. Our goal is to help drive conversations about how those advancements, including AI, can solve real-world problems, because we believe you can create a better future when you understand new ideas. Our commitment is to be transparent about our process and results and to deploy new tools in smart and ethical ways. Our ethical standard includes 2 tenets. 1, every piece of content we publish is factual and original, whether it's created by a human alone or assisted by our in-house AI engine, which we call RAMP. It stands for Responsible AI Machine Partner. It's the first time I've heard about that one. If and when we use generative AI to create content, that content will be sourced from our own data. That's good. Our own previously published work or carefully fact-checked by a CNET editor to ensure accuracy and appropriately cited sources. That makes sense because one of the knocks on AI has been it just goes out and grabs data from everybody and everywhere. So, 2, creators are always credited for their work. The use of our AI engine will include training on processes that prioritize accurate sourcing and include standards of citation. CNET's use of AI is guided in part by a working group of staffers from across our organization who regularly meet to collaborate on principles that establish how we work with new and emerging tools. This page will keep you informed of that work and will update it as we learn and adjust. That's good. As of this writing, here are some examples of places in our work where we are exploring leveraging RAMP. Organizing large amounts, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll read the highlights. Organizing large amounts of information, speeding up certain research and administrative portions of our workflow. That makes sense. Writing full stories. Okay, none of the stories will be completely written by AI. Okay. Product testing or reviews. We're not using AI tools to do any of the hands-on. That's good. And generating images on videos. So they may be using it for that. Okay, so interesting story. So let me go. I love the fact that they're so open about it, don't you?
Yeah, it's nice.
So cool. I'm glad you made me click on it. So,
all right, and for the last story.
All right. Last story is going to be okay. This one just cracked me up. This was on TechCrunch. Twitter Boulder office is okay. Twitter is being evicted from its Boulder office over unpaid rent. This is by David Coldaway, and this was from the 14th, so 2 days ago.
Were there even employees there?
Yes, there are. You'll see that in the story.
Oh, okay.
Twitter owes 3 months' rent to its Boulder landlord, and a judge has signed off on evicting the tech giant from its office there, court documents show. And the interesting part, the landlord is in Chicago, not in Boulder. Since its takeover by Elon Musk, Twitter's business has more or less fallen into disarray, and there have been numerous reports of unpaid bills. And this, I'll tell you, is true. While a contractor going unpaid during a rocky transition is unfortunate but not uncommon, that's true. I used to be a contractor. Ceasing to pay rent altogether for months suggests Twitter's operations may be farther gone than anyone expected. According to court documents and reporting by the Denver Business Journal, Lot 2 SBO LLC, the Chicago-based landlord, Chicago-based, that owns Twitter's office at 3401 Bluff Street in Boulder, was provided a $968,000 letter of credit back in February of 2020. So that's how they've been paying the bills up to now. It has been drawing on this to pay the rent in lieu of ordinary payments. The details of this arrangement are somewhat obscure. But the money ran out in March, and the company has not paid since. If we assume rent was paid regularly from that sum, that places it around $27,000 per month, giving a sense of the values involved here. In May, the landlord took it to court, and on May 31st, the judge issued an order that the sheriff should assist the eviction of Twitter within the next 49 days or before the end of July. The case number, blah, 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 in Boulder District Court. As many as 300 employees once worked in Twitter's Boulder offices, but between layoffs, other firings, and resignations, it's probably less than half of that now. TechCrunch confirmed the legal record cited by the Denver Business Journal, but the sheriff's office explained it could not comment on matters until they were concluded. Makes sense. In the course of looking up the case, another appeared, apparently confirming a separate case in which a cleaning company is seeking $93,500 in unpaid fees from them. That's a lot of unpaid fees for a cleaning company. Twitter did not respond to a request for comment. So Elon may be one of the smartest people in the world, but I guess he can't keep up with everything. So I just thought that was an interesting story.
So I guess those 150 employees left get to work from home. Lucky guys.
Well, I'm guessing that once I'm going to guess that once Elon becomes aware of the story, he's probably going to say, pay them, I would think. I'd be surprised if they really did get evicted, but the judge approved it. So if they don't pay, I guess they're out of there.
I don't know. I think, yeah. If he say, I think he'll probably look at the cost, be like $27,000 a month, or they just work from home.
But remember, Elon was the very first one of the big shots to push people to get back to the office. And he pushed for that a lot in California. So my guess is he's going to want them in the office in Boulder too. It's my guess. Like I said, we don't know if he's going to pay it. I would suspect he'll have it paid, but we'll see. Let me see. And that said, new phones will be purchased. I think that's based on our iPhone story. Cranberry says, up here in Yonkers, so many Italian, Irish, Puerto Rican friends. The best part is when we meet up for authentic dinners made by each friend off top. Yeah, if you have dinners by each friend with those different backgrounds, yeah, I think that's awesome. Must be some good eating going on there, that's for sure.
Good eating.
He said, I'm staying out of the iPhone drama, Samsung 23 all the way. Now, I keep saying, like a lot of other people also keep saying and I don't have, today I forgot to show you. I have my iPhone 14 Pro Max. I have my Galaxy A54. I have my Pixel 7, which is what I took to work today, along with the A54. And I have my Galaxy Z Flip 4. But I do not have my S23 Ultra. But like a lot of other people, the S23 Ultra is easily the best phone I've ever had. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. So, okay. All right, so let me get off this one. And we're down to our glowing rectangles. Okay, if I bring it up.
Which is being canceled because.
Yeah. Oh, so now, yeah, we can't even click on it now. Now it's a private community. Look.
Yep,
look at
it's gone dark.
Yeah.
You should have put that as the story. You know, all the subreddits have gone dark in protest.
I didn't realize it until I did see the message from Juan the other day about it, but I totally forgot about it when I was putting the stories together. So no more glowing rectangles. So I'm going to have to take it off the page before next week's show. So at least I would hope a lot of us got some exposure while it was there because of Ted pushing for us showing it every week, which we did. So kudos to Ted and kudos to Juan for keeping it up for as long as he did. That's right.
It was fun, but
What do you think? You think Reddit's going to stay in business? You think they're going to get knocked out of business because of their own greed?
Well, I will say though, they're expected to IPO later this year. So if this keeps up closer to the IPO, it's not going to be good. And they're going to have to backtrack.
Yeah, they could be killing your own IPO, or certainly hurting your own IPO.
Mm-hmm. No, another Robinhood situation.
Yeah, but Robinhood, every time I see an ad from them now, they act like nothing ever happened, and that whole Robinhood thing left a very, very bitter taste in my mouth. If I were investing in the stock market, the last one in the world I would use would be Robinhood.
Yeah, same. Like anyone else, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been on Reddit since Monday. Since Monday.
Yeah, I think that was the first time I actually clicked on anything Reddit this week. That's true. So, all right, nothing new in the comments. I don't think. No. So that's stories for tonight, folks. Like I said, there were no big stories tonight. I just picked stories that I thought we all might find interesting, which I hope you did, especially that last one. Be really funny if Twitter did get evicted from their office in Boulder, but I'll try to keep up with it, and maybe by next week I'll be able to let you know something. I'll try to remember to do that. So, anything special going on for you this weekend?
Just a whole bunch of Juneteenth events.
Okay. So you tend to go to the events?
Oh, yeah, the ones I can make it to. It's a whole lot.
Yeah. Juneteenth is a much bigger deal in Texas than it is anyplace else, so that makes sense.
So yeah, I don't think I can go to them all, but I think one I'm looking forward to might be a festival that's happening close by.
Okay. Now, what part? Now, I don't want to get too detailed, but what part of Dallas are you in? Northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast?
I'm like 10 minutes away from downtown. 10 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes driving from downtown. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, when I was my couple of months there, when I was working in Addison, I was staying in Carrollton. So Addison, Carrollton
up
is
north.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much the area I know. And what's the in Plano? Because one of the ladies that worked with us lived in Plano. She invited us to her house a couple of times.
How about you? Anything planned this Father's Day weekend?
No, nothing special. Hopefully I'll be able to take Eleanor out to dinner like we normally do on Saturdays. But she went back to work after being off of work from her double foot operation for more than a month, and she worked, I think, 5 days this week. So she worked 4 days this week, and her feet have been swelling up really bad because she's on her feet the whole time when she's working. She works in Burlington in receiving. So please keep her feet in prayer, because although they're healing, with her working, they're swelling up pretty good. So hopefully we'll be able to go out to dinner, but at least she'll have a couple of days off where she can get some rest on her feet and get the swelling down some. So that's it, folks. Thanks for coming by. Thanks to Ted for making it interesting, as he always does. Annette, I'm so happy that you got in here early. That was the first. That made me feel so good that you did that for us. Green Races, you're in the prayers. Thank you very much. All right, folks, we will see you next Friday, and you all have a blessed weekend. And as I try to remember to always say, let's always remember we all do better when we love each other.